When it comes to fun, there's just really no other brands that love it as much as Mini. I mean, they have a go-kart mode. My name is Jimmy and welcome to the 2025 Mini Cooper S as I throw it around this big old roundabout. Oh, that's fun. 2-liter turbocharged 4. Yeah, it's not like some fire-breathing 300 horsepower Civic Type R. The Cooper S gets 201 horsepower and 221 pound-feet of torque from the B48 2-liter 4-cylinder. Mated to that is a 7-speed dual-clutch gearbox. Sadly, no manual is offered. And for some reason, I don't get paddle shifters, which is something that I am trying to adjust to. It's kind of weird. A 7-speed dual clutch. I wish I got paddle shifters, but you throw it on L and it's kind of the same. It's still able to accelerate as soon as you press on that throttle, and it's still heaps of fun. And that's what you need in a Mini, right? This is just enjoyment in a package. You're not buying this because you need to take everyone with you, because you're not. It's quite small in here. This is because, well, you value driving experience. You value, well, just being different over anything else. You really do. And that's why I actually really, really like Minis. They're just, well, they're just fun. They're cheerful. They're just a breath of fresh air in this world of SUVs. The Mini stands, well, pretty much alone. I like the overall styling of the new Mini, especially with this Premier Plus package. The bronze accents, I actually really, really like it. Paired with the Ocean Wave Green, it's just a really good mixture. There are some notable features on the outside that I do like. The headlights and taillights, for example. The daytime running lights, you can change one of 3 different styles within the infotainment. That's kind of cool. The overall styling doesn't really need to stand out. It's just, well, you look at it and you know right away that it's a Mini, don't you? Moving on to the inside, the trunk is just as big as before. Really not a lot of space here, but the floor itself, you can move that to a lower position if you like, or just remove it if you want slightly more space, or if you want a flat space against the rear seats. And the rear seats is not like a 50-50 fold. The driver's side is actually a little bit larger, kind of unique in that way. It also means that you can carry slightly bigger items depending on how you fold the seats down. Back seats, well, I do fit at 5'11". Headroom is okay, but legroom is very tight. And if you're thinking about carrying kiddos in here, well, I am a child passenger safety technician, and yeah, you can slightly kind of, well, just very difficult. If you're putting an infant carrier in here, you kind of have to kind of duck and squeeze them and just really squish them together before you can put them in. Yeah, definitely not the most amount of space for kiddos, but when they grow up a little bit more, well, not a rearward facing car seat, that's still very, very tight. And whoever's sitting in the front is basically folded in half. But when they go a little bit more and they go forward facing or a booster, then you'll be okay. That's when they get a little bit more space, and well, whoever's in the front gets a little bit more space as well. The front seats are actually very comfortable. I like these sport seats. They hold you in really well. They are heated but not cooled, and they also have a massaging feature, but it's not really so much massaging as it is just moving the lumbar support up and down, and that's really it. The steering wheel in front of me is like M style thick. It's very, very thick. So if you're going to be, well, thinking of buying one, do make sure you actually can fit your, well, hands around it, because it's girthy. Like these thumb pads, I can put like 3 on my thumbs on it and it still won't fill up the entire space. But you got your typical kind of like BMW buttons on the bottom, and well, a little piece of fabric, which I do like. It actually spiced things up a little bit. You have a heads-up display as well. That shows you quite a bit of information, and it changes with the different drive modes. I do like that. And then the infotainment, it's a very good implementation of this circular screen. And while there's a lot of menus that you can go into, it, well, all sort of makes sense. You click the speed on the top, it goes into the speedometer. You click your headlights, well, that goes into your headlight settings. You can even use the Hey Mini assistant to do different things as well, although I found it to be, well, not that great. Google Assistant or Siri will probably be a little bit better, but it's a good implementation and I like the screen. The only thing is, a lot of it is on the screen. I mean, that's pretty normal these days. But you still get your physical start-stop button, but it's not so much a button as it is like a turnkey thing. That's really cool. Your shifter is on the left, and then experiences is on the right, and that's just gonna be your different drive modes. And driving is, well, really where the Mini shines. Like I mentioned right at the get-go, the driving experience of a Mini is something else. And it's just really enjoyable. The only thing I'm not enjoying is, I don't know if the camera's wide enough to capture this, but this. I don't generally complain about non-moving sun visors, but this is absurd. Like, why tilt it towards the side if it's going to be right here? Like, generally the old Minis, there's another flap that comes down, but this is just ridiculous. This is useless on the side. And that's just because, well, the A-pillar is pushed so far forward and the windshield is quite upright. And because of that, actually the view front is a little different as well. The A-pillar, sometimes you have to like duck around a little bit. If you're used to a Mini, that's pretty normal. But if you're not, that's definitely something you got to get used to. But you do have a lot of like driver assistance, 360 camera, everything to, well, keep you safe. So you really don't have to worry too much about it. Overall, S-Spec here is under 50,000 Canadian dollars. For base Cooper S, you're looking at just under 40,000 Canadian. No, it's not going to be the best bang for a buck type vehicle. This is a Mini experience. This is BMW engineering too, right? So you're going to be paying a little bit for it. But it shows. There's actually a lot of cool things that this package gives you. The interior, the ambient lighting, just the way that it looks, the B48 engine. It all is, well, just put together really well as a cohesive Mini experience. And if you had a Mini in the past or you ever want a Mini, this is exactly what you're getting. In any case, I think that's really all I got to say about it. If you like the video, like the video. If you do, subscribe if you want to see more. And yeah, I'll catch you next time. Take care.